Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. So if you watched yesterday's Coromon video going over trait enhancements, you'd know that there was a new update that went live. That being said, I did want to actually go through all of the changes in a sort of casual format where we just sort of read through things, I give my thoughts and opinions, and we just kind of bang it off real quick because a lot of this stuff was already present in the beta branch on Steam, which is something that has been out for a while, but now is publicly available for Switch and PC, and we also have a Halloween event coming on the 25th that I wanted to touch on as well. So basically, if you don't already know, trait enhancements are this functionality that lets you not evolve your Coromon, but enhances the traits in which they're given. So if you have like Humidifier, which summons rain, that usually does it for 5 turns. Well, if you enhance it by not evolving once, it does it for 8 turns. And then if you enhance it again, it's rain that cannot be changed. We're gonna get through all of this. We'll showcase this little enhancements update video too towards the end, but for now, let's read through what it has to say. So this update includes a new mechanic, trait enhancements. You can now devolve or cancel the evolution of your Coromon to make them benefit from an improved version of their trait. There's Trait Plus and Trait Plus Plus. Another impactful change is the reduction of RNG. A number of skills, traits, weather effects, and conditions have been revisited to slightly reduce RNG for everyone. But to reduce RNG even further, we've introduced a new optional reduced RNG mode setting for the player. This mode will be enabled by default in online matches. Details about this mode can be found further below. Then we have some game updates. Added the Insane Spinner, which allows players playing on Insane difficulty to catch any quest Coromon. The Coromon you catch with this spinner are stored in a hidden inaccessible storage, but can be handed in for quests. So basically you can 100% the game now on Insane mode, because you couldn't do that before. Added a new difficulty setting, which disables the catching of any Coromon. Added a new difficulty setting that allows you to select any Coromon as your starter for those swarmy only runs. Milestones 51 to 100 are now available. 1 to 50 have been updated. If you unlock them already, you'll already find the updated rewards. The Revitalizer regen has been buffed. Traits like Prepared will show an indicator for the user, not the opponent. Premonition now deals ghost type damage. Burn Condition now lowers the Coromon's special attack stat by 30. Poison now lowers attack by 30. That's actually very interesting. Sandspout Skill Flash is now available in Vermeer Grotto. Inspect Scent and Trait Scent have been disabled for online play. Chiraptor can no longer learn Crunch, which is a nerf to it. I'm curious as to why they decided to do that. A number of skills that do flat damage like Splash or Percentage like Death Grip are no longer influenced by damage increasing effects. So this is a major nerf to Splash. You guys who watch my Let's Play, you know that I was using rain boosted Stab Splash on a lot of stuff, which was doing insane damage. Now they just do flat damage. So it doesn't matter if it's not very effective, it doesn't matter if it's super effective. If it does 100 damage, it's going to do 100 damage. That's it. Then they got some game fixes, conditions, and weather. So sleep condition is replaced by drowsy. Drowsy Coromon will have 30% reduced attack and special attack. Every hit on them is a critical hit as well. This lasts for 4 turns. Updated shock. Instead of 25% to do nothing, the effect triggers every 4th turn and now includes a visual indicator. Twilight has been changed. Ghost Coromon won't make contact with their targets, and positive stat boosts on non-Ghost Coromon become negative stat boosts. So here's some information about this reduced RNG mode. Added reduced RNG mode setting for single player and forced in PvP. All skills with less than 100% accuracy now have 100% accuracy, but their effects are slightly diminished. Their power is multiplied by the accuracy of percentage. For example, a skill that had 100 power with 85 will now have 100 times 0.85, so 85 power. One-hit KO skills will now damage the target for 35% of their current HP. Drowsy condition only lasts for 2 rounds, but skills that apply have 100% accuracy. Side effects on skills won't trigger randomly anymore, but instead will trigger every X amount of turns, where X is determined by the original percentage. An indicator below the skill button will show if the side effects will trigger. Critical hits get the same treatment as side effects are now predetermined, but still affected by the amount of stat changes on your critical hit chance. A number of traits trigger every X turn instead of having a chance to trigger. Number of strikes on multi-hit moves is now influenced by speed stat changes. If the Coromon has a negative speed stat change, the least amount of strikes will occur. With a positive one, they're higher. So a lot of changes to RNG, which I think a lot of people will like, because Coromon did have quite a bit of RNG in its battles, so this is good. How this will affect the meta, you're gonna have to talk to someone a little more competitively versed than me, but I think these will have major implications. Like, absolutely. Like, you know, having to lower someone else's speed, if let's say that set uses multi-strike hits, well, that's actually very viable now. Or raising your speed just to get more hits on that multi-strike attack is also a thing now. Knowing when you're going to burn something, knowing when you're going to do this secondary effect, all stuff that you have to keep in mind. Trait enhancements and devolution. Coromon that could have evolved but don't benefit from trait enhancements at the cost of certain stat reductions defined by the trait. We went through this in our video yesterday, so I'm going to skim through it. Again, check that video out, linked below. Essentially, there's 3 levels to your trait. There's the first one, there's that trait plus, so like you have nanoskin, the Coromon's regenerative exoskeleton makes it immune to bleeding. Nanoskin plus adds recovering status problems 2 rounds after they're inflicted, and then plus makes it immune to bleeding in all status problems. So you could see how that could be very, very worth having, but you know, you have to remember you're losing the stat bonuses you get from evolving. Then they added some new PvP items, which a lot of these you're going to find very familiar to items from Pokemon. The Zoom Fruit is basically a weakness policy. The Fari Fruit is, I don't know if they have a Pokemon item like that, but you get speed after getting hit by a super effective attack. Broom Gem is essentially Hazard Boots, or whatever they're called in Gen 8. A Nullifier Rock just prevents weather effect damage, or just the effects of it in general. You have some choice items and stuff like that. Again, you guys can read this for yourselves if you're interested, but it's a lot of PvP stuff. And then you have a ton of updated skills. I'm not gonna sit here and read every single balance change and updated skill because we'd be here forever. But essentially, there's less RNG, there's trait enhancements, there's now entry hazards. We have there's actually quite a few entry hazards. Like there's I'm just gonna read off the names. There's Spike Trap, Haunted Grounds, Cursed Grounds, Sand Skewers, Icy Nails, Blazing Coals, Electromines. These are all new entry hazards for battle. So that coupled with all the RNG changes, definitely gonna change up the competitive scene. Now, the Halloween event is very simple. I would even say maybe calling it an event is a little bit of an overshoot, but I'll explain. So we have a very exciting update coming to both PC and Switch on October 20th. We already know about this, so we just talked about that. In this major update will be our first Halloween event. Now the thing is, the Halloween event, while technically present now, isn't actually activated until October 25th. So if it's not October 25th, this won't apply to you yet. From October 25th through November 1st, you'll be able to find Halloween decorations all around trainer hubs, from ghosts haunting the halls to some scarecrows scattered about. The trainer hubs are where all the spooks are at. So it's just cosmetic, right? And there's a hat. That's basically the event. You can find a hat. This house, I think it's the house in the upper right corner of Hayville, and I think the NPC changed. I think it was usually a different NPC there. But presumably you can find a hat in that house. So I'll make a guide for you guys where to find the hat. I mean, it's pretty much the only Halloween thing that you can actually get from this event. It's not like Doodle World or Lumion where you actually get like special Coromon or anything like that. That'd be dope, but yeah. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Again, check out that trait enhancements video. I could show you guys this little example here since I did promise. Throw the music on. Devolve your Coromon to enhance their traits. Online leaderboards with season awards. Reduced RNG mode. We already talked about this. You could tell this took a lot of work for them to put in. Battle speed up setting is going to be a big one. And that's pretty much it. So, like I said, if you guys want to learn more, you can check out the Coromon Steam page. That'll be linked below. You can check out that trait video I told you guys about. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed, if you want to stay up to date on Coromon content, definitely subscribe to my channel because I put out new videos every single day. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.